Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us today. Sabah Healthcare. Please note that today's Coffee and Conversation of information session, really, and an opportunity for our parents to ask us some questions, will be recorded and will be available for you later on. So if you know of anybody who missed and wanted to join, there will be an option for them to see us and listen to us. So what is the aim of this session? Well, the aim of this session is to share some key information for you, and these sessions will be held regularly as we move through the year and continue to. So share some key information and to give you an opportunity, as I said, to ask us some questions, which we will endeavour to answer as best as we can throughout and towards the end of this chat. So joining me today and myself, for those of you who have not met me so far, Mr. John Stapley. I am the head of primary here at James Founders School, and I'm joined by Ms. Amanda, who is our Senior Deputy Head of Primary here at GFS, as well as Miss Mary, our Deputy Head with responsibility for Key Stage 2, and she'll be joining us later. Before I pass on to Miss Mandy, I'd personally like to thank everybody, all of our attendees and all of our parents and our community here at Founders for your support over the last 2 weeks. We know it was a very sudden notification and we apologise for that, and unfortunately that kind of the timing of that was out of our hands to a very large extent, and that endeavour then to the first 2 weeks to be thrown back into remote learning was something that I know a lot of people I think were hoping for, but would have appreciated a bit more notice, and we fully understand that. But I would really like to thank you all for your support. As parents ourselves, we know that it's not easy, and we know that when we go home that we're not teachers, we're parents, and we suffer the same as everybody else, but we also know and are acutely aware of the efforts that everybody has to put in to make sure that the learning continues. Thank you very much for that. So without further ado, I will pass on, and I'll pass on to my colleague, Miss Mandy.
A very good morning to you all, and a happy new year from me. I just want to first of all reiterate what Mr. John has said with regards to thanking you all for your support with the distance learning. It has been a very successful 2 weeks. As a working mum myself, I do know the challenges, so again I just want to extend that thank you to each and every one of you that are supporting your children at home. But I want to now move on to the parent survey that you filled in, many of you filled in at the end of term 1. Thank you all who filled in our parent survey. But over the winter break, the primary team have been reviewing the feedback that you have given us, and it has given us lots of very actionable feedback and really helpful information on how we can improve our provision at GFS. One of the key points that was raised through the feedback is that many of you are requesting more information about the progress that your children are making. So over the holidays, we have obviously discussed some of the steps that we can take to better inform you about your children's progress. And as a result, we will be providing you with more information about progress. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to be giving you opportunities to view your children's books. The books will be going home on a regular basis so that you can see the learning that the children are doing at school. In addition to this, you're going to have an additional progress report. So every term you're going to have a progress report just like the one that you received at the end of term 1. And this will be in addition to the parent-teacher conferences that will generally follow these progress reports that you will receive. What we also intend to do is have more opportunities, just like we're having today, more live webinars and opportunities for you to engage with your child's class teacher and their year group teams to keep you better informed about the curriculum and events that are happening in your child's class. So these are all things that you can expect to see happening this term. In addition to this, we have got some curriculum developments that are happening in term 2. At the end of well, at the start actually of the year, we introduced a new writing strategy that's called The Right Stuff. There have been information sessions about this, but it has been a very successful strategy so far, and we're really pleased with the results that we're seeing in the classrooms. We're seeing our students using higher level vocabulary, more varied sentences and more more advanced grammar in their writing as a result of this. So this term we shall be introducing a reading strategy by the same author, and it's called Hooked on Books. We're very passionate about reading at GFS, and reading has been one of our strengths thus far, and we really want to build on that strength, and we want to really have a renewed energy and passion for reading, not only for our students but for our teachers too. So that's something exciting that you can expect to see from us this term. An additional thing that will be introduced this term is a wellbeing initiative. If there's one thing that we've learned as a result of the pandemic, it is the importance of our students' wellbeing. And we have been looking at innovative ways to connect with students and really gauge and find a measure of their feelings and emotional wellbeing. And we've recently subscribed to a programme called Upstrive, which allows teachers to connect with students so they can identify who requires some support emotionally, and so that our teachers can provide that support. Our trial has already shown that it helps improve relationships and behaviour in the classroom. And as part of our rollout, we need every parent to complete the permission form that has been sent to you in your email. So can you please look out for this? If you've missed it, please go back into your emails and you're looking for an email with the subject heading Upstrive, and if you can, please send the permission form so that we can continue with our rollout and further support all of our students with their wellbeing at GFS. In term one, we had a series of parent information webinars, and we had quite a small uptake for these, and what we really want to do is we really want to boost our parental engagement and get you involved as much as possible with our teams. So what we would like to happen is we're going to be uploading to GEMS Connect a quick survey for you, because what we want to do is we want to find out what would you like to know. How would you like us to engage with you in the sessions just like this today? So we would really appreciate it if you could fill in that form and let us know what you would like us to engage with you about, which topics, which subjects, what do you want from us? So it would be really great if we could get that feedback from you. That's really all for me for just now, but I shall be passing you on now to Miss Mary, who is our Deputy Head of Primary for Key Stage 2, and she has some more information for you. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody, and a Happy New Year to you all. I just want to echo Miss Mandy's and Mr. John's comments about thanking you. We obviously had a very challenging start to the new year, and it was a very dynamic situation over the last couple of weeks. But I'm so pleased at how quickly our children and our teachers, and indeed you, coped with the situation as it developed and our move to online learning. It was wonderful to see all the lovely lessons taking place. I had a great opportunity over the last couple of weeks to be able to pop in and out of lessons to see how things were going, and I'm very happy to report back that there was wonderful learning taking place and great evidence of our children showing resilience and adaptability. So that was wonderful to see. Following on from a few of Mr. John and Miss Mandy's comments, I just wanted to reiterate the importance of attendance and punctuality this term. We're obviously returning on site in Key Stage 2 on Friday, with the full school return on Monday. It is incredibly important that our children are attending school every day and have good punctuality so that they don't miss any of the important learning taking place first thing in the morning. Obviously, online learning will be available for those children in the circumstances dictated by the KHDA, but for everybody else it will be on-site learning, and we are ready and looking forward to welcoming all of our children back to the school. Uniform continues to be a big push for us in Key Stage 2. We are going to be contacting children and parents to remind them about the importance of wearing the correct uniform on their designated days. Obviously, on the days when they have PE, children are welcome to wear their PE uniform, but in all other days, it's really important that children are coming in a smart uniform that adheres to the school rules. Next week, we're going to be hosting our PTCs, which are our parent-teacher conferences. Information will be sent out on GEMS Connect by the end of the day, and we would encourage as many of you to sign up as possible, as this will allow you an opportunity to speak to your child's teacher and find out how your child has gotten on over term 1 and indeed moving forward into term 2 and for the rest of the year. It's a wonderful opportunity to find out how they have done in their class and any of their targets that they need to work on, and your child's teacher will be discussing their report with you that they sent home at the end of term 1 also. These PTCs will take place on next Tuesday and Wednesday, and all of the information will be sent out to you by the end of the day today. Arabic reports should be sent home by the end of this week. We are working with the Arabic team to ensure that that is all happening, and you should receive those by the end of this week. As Miss Mandy said, starting next week, we will be starting to send home books each weekend to allow you to go through what your child has been learning in the class and see the evidence of the progress that they have been making over time. I know from speaking with many of you personally that this was a concern, that some of you felt that you didn't know what the children were learning in the classroom. This will be a wonderful opportunity for you to see how your child has progressed in their learning since the start of the year. We will be sending a form out for you all to sign up for this, so please do keep an eye out for this from your child's teacher. It will be really important that when the books are sent home, that they are also returned and ready to start a new school week. So these will be sent home on a rotational basis, and then we will have them sent back in on a Monday morning so that your child can continue to use them throughout the rest of the school week. This is going to be a wonderful opportunity for you to have those conversations with your child about their learning and really find out the work that they have been doing in the class and allow them a wonderful opportunity to showcase their learning to you also. I'm now going to pass back to Mr. John for any further announcements, but I just want to finish off by saying thank you so much for all of your support over the last term and indeed over the last 2 weeks, and we continue to welcome your support as the term and the year progresses. Thank you all.
I've managed to do my usual. I've muted myself. My sincere apologies, everybody. What I was saying was thank you to everybody who has posted a comment there in the chat. Please do continue to do so. And thank you, of course, to my colleagues, Miss Mandy and Miss Mary. Just to add on, really what we have there is some keynotes that I want to pass on to you, and just really as reminders. It's PTCs, our parent-teacher conferences. Yes, they will be happening, of course, next week, and information is coming out. We did have one question that came in regarding PTCs and contacts for new students, and of course we welcome all of our new students and families here to our GFS community. But for the parents of any new students here who have started this term, please also do reach out to your child's class teacher. That's important, as we definitely want that relationship between you to be growing. Uniform, yes, Threads has stock. That's my major message to you all. So there's a little bit of time between now and next week to get down to your local Threads and to get kitted out for term 2 and beyond. One thing I will draw your attention to, I did put this in my letter that came out yesterday, is that the buses, our school transport, The school transport is starting next week. Now, I know we have our phased return to school with Key Stage 1 and FS tomorrow and Key Stage 2 on Friday. Really have to concentrate on my days of the week at the moment now. After many years of living here, I think I've been trained to think one way. But with that, we do understand that there will be students who cannot be here because of school transport issues, and we fully understand that as well. So, this week will be the blended learning that we saw much of last week, but from next week, everybody will be back in, and we are encouraging all people to be back in and all our students as we had in term 1. With that in mind and everybody coming in, I know that everybody who's here and parked at the rear of the school knows that roadworks were about to commence. Well, they certainly have commenced. And they're well on the way. And actually the parking that we weren't expecting to be completed at the back of school until about 3-4 months time began very quickly after our kind of breakup before Christmas and has been complete behind our school. So that does mean that there are new arrangements for the parking from the drop-offs. It will, as previously, it is now kind of the proper, it will be RTA parking eventually, but the charge meters aren't up there yet. But with the parking area at the back, obviously there are changes. So please just factor that in when you're arriving in the morning. Maybe give yourself another 5-10 minutes just to make sure that you're coming in. It's very slick, it's very easy. There is the one way in and out and flows around very well. The parking, as before, will be very limited in the morning because we want you to just use the drop-off, and there'll be lots and lots of drop-off zones ready for us there. But I think we're very pleased when you arrive where you see what has happened at the back. This, of course, does not mean that everything has changed. The parking issues and changes continue across all the other schools on our plot. And then, of course, there will be changes to the road as well, because the road that you use at the back of school is, I believe, going up to a dual carriageway in either way between the end up to the garage. So the roadworks will be continuing for some time, but the actual parking area at the back is very much sorted, which we are very happy about. Just want to address a couple of the questions that have come in. Somebody noted that the webinars that we had that I think Ms. Mandy was referring to in our pickup time, which is not useful, and no link to the recording was added to Gems Connect. Well, thank you very much for your feedback. That is much appreciated. It is noted, and we'll make sure that we do something about that for next time and factor those in. So do appreciate your comment there. Somebody else says most of the teachers are either new to GFS or new to the OEE. Can they get the teacher training day as what happened? Well, most of our teachers actually are the same teachers that we had in term 1. There are a very limited number of changes, as always with every holiday, and being an international school, this is common throughout most schools, but our teachers are well prepared and have been in touch with our teams even before the break. Everyone's getting ready to come in. When will school activities start again? Please look out for information on that one regarding after school activities. That will be communicated in time. I haven't got exact details yet. How and I can get the term on Arabic B and Islamic B report. Okay, as Ms. Mandy has said and commented, their reports will be shared this week for our Arabic team. Just having a little look through now. Thank you very much, everybody who's commented already. Can't see any new questions. So 10:20, I know we're all very busy. We very much appreciate your time spent here with us, and certainly do appreciate your comments and your feedback. That is important to us, and it really is noted. And those comments that you make do inform us. You know, we do listen, and that's one message I would like to pass to everybody there, that we are here to listen and to help where we can and when we can as well. So on behalf of my colleagues, Miss Mandy and Miss Mary, and thank you very much to Miss Rowe, who's organised our meeting for us today, I would just like to thank you all parents for joining us. Wish you a safe and happy time, and we look forward to seeing you back in school as soon as possible. Thank you very much, everybody. Goodbye.